Georgie in a wedding dress. That one scene from the Heartland Season 19 Episode 1 trailer has left fans in complete shock. Is she really getting married? Or is it just a twist that will change everything we thought we knew about her story? Trailer for Season 19 Episode 1 wastes no time in pulling fans straight into the drama. It opens with quick flashes that set the stage for something big. In one shot, we see the familiar Heartland Ranch. Calm and beautiful under the sunlight, but the peaceful atmosphere quickly shifts. The camera then cuts to Georgie, and she is not in her usual riding outfit or casual clothes. She is standing in front of a mirror, wearing a white wedding dress, adjusting the veil as if preparing for one of the most important days of her life. This single image is enough to stir up countless questions. Then, the trailer moves to Amy and Lou, clearly busy with preparations. They are surrounded by flowers, decorations, and people bustling around, which confirms that some kind of wedding is really taking place. Amy looks emotional, yet proud, as if she knows her family is about to go through a major change. Lou is in her usual practical mode, organizing everything, checking details, and making sure things go smoothly. These glimpses show us that the whole family is involved in this moment. We also see Jack in the trailer. His face carries deep emotion, the kind of look that only a grandfather can have when he watches the young ones grow up. There's a short scene of him standing alone at the ranch, looking at old photographs, before the trailer cuts back to the wedding preparation. It suggests that Georgie's possible marriage is not just a personal milestone, but also an emotional turning point for the entire Heartland family. The trailer then teases that this event is not only about joy. Quick flashes show other storylines weaving in. We see the horses running across the field, suggesting there might be challenges on the ranch. We catch a brief glimpse of Tim arguing with someone, though the trailer does not reveal who. There are also new faces, characters we have not met before, who will clearly play a role in shaping this season's direction, but the centerpiece remains Georgie. Every cut, every shift in the trailer seems to circle back to her in that wedding dress. The music in the background builds up tension, not in a romantic way, but in a way that makes fans question if everything is really as it seems. Is this truly her wedding, or is there more to the story than what the trailer wants us to believe? That is the mystery the first episode seems ready to solve, and is the reason fans cannot stop talking about it. The camera does not just show Georgie in a dress, it shows years of her journey leading up to this one moment. Fans who have followed her story from the very beginning know that Georgie was never the kind of girl who had an easy start. She came into the Heartland family with pain, with doubts, and with a feeling that maybe she did not belong anywhere. Over the seasons, we watched her grow, fall, stumble, and rise again. Seeing her now in what looks like a wedding dress is more than just surprising. It feels like watching a child of the ranch step fully into adulthood. And that is why the trailer hits so hard. What makes this moment so unique is not just the image of Georgie standing in white. It is the mystery of who she is about to marry. Many fans will immediately think of Quinn, the charming and determined showjumper who has been a big part of Georgie's life. Their chemistry has been clear for years. Their shared passion for horses and competition gave them a bond that felt unshakable. But the trailer never shows his face. There are no shots of him waiting at the altar, no hints that he is the groom. Instead, the focus is entirely on Georgie. This choice by the creators makes everything feel more uncertain, almost as if they want us to question whether the wedding is real or if there is a twist coming. Her expression in the trailer is another detail that cannot be ignored. Georgie does not look nervous in the way most brides do. She looks thoughtful, almost conflicted, as though part of her is unsure about the path she is taking. Is this a look of joy, or is it a look of hesitation? That small detail could mean everything. If the writers of Heartland have taught us anything, it is that the show loves to build up hope only to challenge it with unexpected turns. And then there is the emotional weight this brings to her relationships. If Georgie really is marrying Quinn, it would be a story of commitment, of chasing dreams together, and of growing into a life that she once thought she could never have. But if she is marrying someone new, or if the wedding is not real at all, It could change the direction of her entire character arc. The wedding dress might represent something bigger, maybe a dream, maybe a future she longs for but cannot reach, or maybe even a moment of decision where she realizes her heart belongs somewhere else. What makes this trailer so powerful is that it does not give answers. It only gives questions, and those questions are wrapped around Georgie's big moment. Whether this wedding is real or just a symbol, it forces fans to think about everything she has gone through and everything she might still face. It makes us remember the young girl who found a family at Heartland and wonder what kind of woman she will become in Season 19. When Georgie appears in that wedding dress, the moment does not belong to her alone. It belongs to the entire Heartland family, because her journey has never been just her own. Every member of that ranch has shaped her life in some way, and her possible marriage forces each of them to confront what this change means for their bond. For Amy, this moment is bittersweet. She has been more than just a cousin to Georgie. She has been a guide, a mentor, and at times, even a second mother. Watching Georgie grow from a troubled girl into a young woman ready to start anew. Life is a source of pride, but it also brings a quiet ache. Amy knows what it feels like to stand at the edge of big decisions, and she knows how much joy and pain can come from love. The trailer shows a short glimpse of Amy watching Georgie with an expression that mixes warmth and worry. It is as if Amy is asking herself whether Georgie is truly ready, or whether she is walking into something she might not fully understand. Lou, on the other hand, responds differently. As always, she is practical and organized, taking on the role of planner, coordinator, and protector. If this wedding is real, Lou is the one making sure every detail falls into place. Yet beneath her busy hands and constant energy lies a storm of emotions. Lou has always carried the weight of responsibility. The thought of Georgie starting a new chapter makes her realize how quickly time is moving. She knows that once Georgie steps into marriage, family dynamics will shift forever, and then there is Jack. The trailer does not need to show much to let us know what he feels. A single look from him says it all. Jack has been the anchor of Heartland for generations, and he has seen so many changes pass through that ranch. But Georgie has always been special to him. She came into his life when she needed a home, and he gave her one. Seeing her in a wedding dress is like seeing a granddaughter leave the nest ready to fly on her own. For Jack, it is pride mixed with a sharp sense of loss, the kind that only comes when you realize someone you love deeply is stepping into a future where you cannot always protect them. Even Tim, often hides his emotions behind a tough exterior, is not immune to this shift. The trailer briefly shows him in what looks like a heated argument, perhaps connected to the wedding. Tim has always had strong opinions, and if he feels Georgie is making a mistake, he would not be afraid to say so. But beneath the surface, his anger might actually be fear. Fear of change, fear of letting go, and fear of seeing another young life move beyond his control. What makes this moment so unique is that it ties every family member together in a web of love, pride, fear, and hope. Georgie's wedding, whether real or symbolic, forces each of them to reflect on their role in her life and how much she means to them. It is not just her big day, it is the family's big day, because every decision she makes ripples through the ranch and the people who have stood by her since the beginning. The trailer may place Georgie in the spotlight, but Heartland has never been about one single character. It has always been about the threads that tie people, animals, and the ranch together into one living story. That is why the brief flashes beyond the wedding are just as important. They whisper of challenges and secrets waiting to unfold. The kind of layered storytelling that keeps fans glued to every episode. One of the most striking images shows the horses running freely across the open fields. At first it feels like a peaceful moment, but the way the trailer cuts quick, sharp, almost frantic suggests something more. Perhaps the ranch is facing new troubles, whether financial, environmental, or even tied to new characters who bring their own conflicts into the mix. Heartland has always balanced personal drama with the struggles of ranch life, and these shots remind us that no matter how grand the wedding may seem, the land itself will continue demanding attention. Then there is Tim. His face is tight with frustration, his body tense as he argues with someone the trailer refuses to reveal. It is a blink-and-do-miss-it moment, but it carries weight. Tim has always been outspoken, never afraid to challenge those around him, and this scene hints that he may play a crucial role in stirring conflict. Is he against Georgie's marriage? Is he clashing with Amy over the ranch? The trailer also slips in new faces, characters we have not yet been introduced to, but who are sure to leave their mark. They arrive not with explanations, but with glances and half smiles, leaving fans to wonder, are they friends, rivals, or future love interests? Heartland has a history of bringing in outsiders who test the unity of the family, and these brief introductions suggest that Season 19 will be no exception. Each new character is a potential ally or obstacle, and their arrival will shape the ranch in ways we cannot yet see. And then comes the quiet shot of Amy. No words. No dramatic gestures, just her standing near the barn, looking out at the land. With a mixture of resolve and uncertainty, it is the kind of moment that says everything without speaking. For years, Amy has been the steady heart of Heartland, carrying the legacy of her mother while raising her daughter and keeping the ranch alive. But her look suggests that she, too, will face choices that could redefine her role in this new season. The brilliance of this trailer is that it refuses to give away too much. It shows just enough to spark questions, to make fans wonder what lies beneath the surface. Yes, Georgie's wedding dress is the headline, but the background whispers of struggle, growth, and tension promise that Episode 1 will open the door to much more than a single event. Heartland has always been about life in its full complexity, joy mixed with pain, love clashing with duty, and change testing the bonds of family. Season 19 looks ready to carry that tradition forward, with new storylines that will keep every viewer guessing what comes next. The moment the trailer dropped, fans wasted no time flooding social media with questions, theories, and bold predictions. Georgie in a wedding dress is not just a scene, it is a spark that has set off a wildfire of speculation.
Ow.
Some viewers believe it is as straightforward as it looks. Georgie is marrying Quinn, and this season will mark a new chapter of her adult life. They point to their long-standing relationship and the way Heartland has slowly built up their bond over the seasons. For these fans, the wedding is not a surprise, but a long-awaited reward. The natural next step for two characters who have overcome so much together. But then there are others who see something entirely different. They argue that Heartland would never reveal such a major event in a trailer without a twist hiding behind it.
Ow.
To them, the dress might be part of a dream, a fantasy sequence where Georgie imagines what her future could look like. Others suggest it could be a flash forward, a glimpse of events that may not even happen in Episode 1 but much later in the season, leaving fans to wonder how the story will build up to that moment. Another theory gaining traction is that the groom might not be Quinn at all. The trailer carefully avoids showing his face, and that silence has opened the door to endless speculation. Could it be someone new? A character introduced in Season 19? If so, what does that mean for Georgie's past and her dreams of show jumping with Quinn? This possibility has divided fans, with some excited at the thought of a new twist and others furious at the idea of rewriting a love story they have invested in for years. There is also a darker angle to the fan theories. Some believe the wedding could be symbolic, a setup for heartbreak rather than happiness. The uneasy expression on Georgie's face, the tension in Amy's eyes, and the flashes of conflict with Tim all point to the idea that not everything is as it seems. Perhaps the wedding will not go through, or perhaps it will lead to consequences the family is not ready to face. In Heartland, moments of joy often carry shadows. Fans know better than to trust a trailer that feels too perfect. What makes these theories so fascinating is that they reveal just how deeply connected fans are to Georgie's journey. Every detail in the trailer has been picked apart. The flowers, the music, the background faces, even the way Georgie holds her veil. Nothing is too small to escape analysis, and every clue feels like it could hold the key to the truth. For many viewers, half the fun is not in waiting for the answers, but in imagining every possible path the story could take. The reactions have turned this trailer into more than just a preview. It has become a mystery that fans are trying to solve. Together, trading ideas, debating possibilities, and building excitement for a season that promises to shake up everything they thought they knew. Heartland has always had a loyal audience, but this trailer has pushed the fandom into overdrive. Theories are everywhere, and until episode 1 airs, every fan is holding on to their own version of what Georgie's wedding might really mean. The closer we look at the trailer, the clearer it becomes that Heartland Season 19 is not just giving us answers, it is daring us to question everything. Georgie in that wedding dress is the centerpiece, but around her spins a storm of uncertainty. The silence around the groom, the hidden glances from Amy, the tension in Tim, the weight in Jack's eyes, all of it creates a picture that feels almost too perfect. It's like a painting that hides cracks beneath the surface. This is where the suspense sharpens. Heartland has always thrived on the push and pull between joy and hardship. Weddings, births, reunions, they arrive with hope but almost always carry complications. Fans know the pattern well. A moment of light is often followed by a shadow. So when the trailer plays soft, emotional music under Georgie's wedding scenes, it feels less like a celebration and more like a warning. Something is coming. Maybe it is heartbreak. Maybe it is triumph. But nothing about the way this trailer is cut suggests simplicity. The suspense also deepens because of what we do not see. There are no clear shots of Quinn. There is no glimpse of Georgie walking down the aisle. There is no sign of vows being exchanged or rings being placed. Instead, there are flashes: Georgie with the veil, Amy with watery eyes, Jack standing still as if time itself has slowed. These fragments feel less like a wedding day and more like pieces of a puzzle. And until the season begins, no one can fit those pieces together. What makes this build-up unique is the emotional double edge. On one side, we want to believe this is Georgie's happy ending. She has earned it through struggle, resilience, and love. On the other side, the look on her face and the unease in the trailer whisper that happiness may not be guaranteed. That tension, that tightrope between joy and fear, it's exactly what makes the first episode of Season 19 feel so unmissable. And then there is the ranch itself. The open fields, the galloping horses, the quiet barns, they are more than scenery. They are witnesses to every chapter of this family's life. If something shakes the family, the land feels it too. That is why the closing moments of the trailer matter so much. As Georgie looks into the mirror in her dress, the trailer cuts back to the ranch under a setting sun. The light is golden, beautiful, but also fading. It is as if the show is telling us that one chapter is closing and another is about to begin. And that change will test the strength of the Heartland family once again. This build-up leaves fans on edge because the trailer refuses to give away the truth. It is a promise and a threat rolled into one. Whatever happens in episode 1 will not just be a small twist, it will be a turning point. A moment that either fulfills Georgie's dreams or shatters them. And until that first episode airs, we are all left suspended in the same place as the characters themselves, waiting, wondering, and holding our breath as the trailer fades to black. It leaves behind more questions than answers. We are left with Georgie standing in a dress that could mark the happiest day of her life for the most complicated. We are left with Amy's silent glance, Lou's restless energy, Jack's quiet sorrow, and Tim's fiery temper. Each of these fragments speaks louder than words. Together they tell us that episode 1 will not simply begin a new season, it will change the direction of Heartland in ways fans have never seen before. The beauty of Heartland has always been in its ability to mirror life itself. Just like life, it never gives us a straight path. Joy is tangled with pain, family is tested by love and loss, and change arrives when no one is ready. Georgie's possible wedding captures all of this at once. It is a moment of hope, but also a reminder that not every story ends the way we expect. For some, this will be the payoff of years of waiting. For others, it may be the beginning of heartbreak. Either way, Season 19 promises to deliver a story that is raw, emotional, and unforgettable. Fans now stand in the same place as the characters. We do not know if Georgie is walking toward a new life with Quinn, if she is being pulled into a path she is not ready for, or if the wedding is only a dream or vision of what might come. That uncertainty is what makes this trailer so gripping. It is not just teasing a storyline, it is inviting us into the unknown. And that invitation is where the power lies. Every glance, every rumor, every fan theory is part of the experience. Heartland has always been more than a show. It is a community of people who love, debate, and feel every twist as though it were their own family's story.
How this trailer has
Reminded everyone why. It has united fans across the world in a single question. What does Georgie's wedding really mean? As we wait for Season 19, Episode 1, the suspense only grows stronger. The ranch stands ready, the family braces for change, and Georgie herself faces a moment that could define her forever. The truth will come soon, and when it does, it will be nothing short of unforgettable.